Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how I do my version of a tiger lily floral arrangement on this green glass bottle. Alright, I'm going to be using a set of brushes that are glass art brushes by Dynasty. I have two 1/8 brushes and a number 1 brush. These are all, again, Dynasty glass art brushes. And I am going to also be using my fine liner long bristle brush by Winstonia. My brush is looking a little haggard here. I probably need to get a new one. Using Autumn Leaves, Vivid Orange, Berry Wine, Thicket, Wicker White, and Moon Yellow. These are all a combination of enamels and MultiSurface paints. Again, all FolkArt paints. Love FolkArt paints. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to be basically, with these brushes, not really doing a one stroke per se, but just dipping my brushes into the paint and doing my blending strokes. I'd like to be able to get that on here, but I don't know if I back it up a smidge, if it would work. But I am using the Vivid Orange, the Wicker White, and the Autumn Leaves in this design. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by pulling up a first petal. And the reason I like these brushes is because the coverage is so good on them, or when you're using them, and I'd like to get very good coverage when I'm using my paint brushes on my glass, because it's very important that you get good coverage, and that is one thing that will help your design be very durable, is if you have good coverage. Your paint is opaque, and when you bake it, that will then add even more durability to it. Yeah, you might have to work it a little bit. It just depends on the glass too, because some glass that I've worked with seems to take a design, and it depends on which color paint you're using. If there's enough or more pigment in it, I think you will find that that makes a difference in the coverage also. Alright, so I'm just working that a little bit, just to get the desired, whoops, I did that wrong, the desired coverage on the glass. I'm just going to bring it back in and then just keep working it. Pulling it back in. And doing the coverage. Alright, I'll just keep going. So you can do them either way. I mean, you can do it where you just run another row right beside it, or you can turn it and come back the other side like this. Which I think is pretty. either way. And again, you just can put in the colors that you want and just keep working it until you get the end result that you're looking for. Put a little bit more white in this. I hope you can see this. Sorry if my hand gets in the way. Okay. And if you want to throw a little bit of the burgundy wine in here, you can do that as well. I'm just going to stick to the colors that I'm using now. And if you want to add some more interest in it, you can kind of flip the colors around. You know, have some of the light, dark going in different directions, top, bottom, that kind of thing. That's fine, up to you. And I'm mainly working with the oranges and not adding the yellow in, because originally I was adding yellow in. But I thought, you know, with the different colors of orange and the white, that's sufficient. That's enough color. Enough color, enough said. And you can make these pointier, you can make them longer and thinner. I'm just happy right now with the way they're turning out, because I tried this design with my regular brushes the other day and was having such a fit with it that I just finally ended up doing something else. Sometimes you get that way. You might have painted a design a gazillion times, and then you go to try to do it one time and you can't get it right, no matter how you do it, no matter what surface you're doing it on. I'm done. Painted something else. Something else that was a little easier. Okay, and if you want, you can go back in and add more orange, you know, to your design. Up to you. And I'm just going to do a couple little easy pulls up here. And I apologize, my furnace is, or not furnace, but my air conditioning is coming on. I do my videos down in my basement in my utility room. Anyhow, these are just real simple. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm off the grid here. These are just simple little buds. Again, you can pull in, you know, some more of the color from the different oranges. You could throw in some yellow here if you want. I am just doing a little bit as I go here. See the nice coverage these brushes help you do? And I was trying to do this with my regular brushes the other day. It just was not, I wasn't getting it. And I remembered I have these brushes, and they are actually glass brushes, so guess what? They work awesomely. And again, you can do these longer, or you can, you know, do them shorter. Up to you. But I can guarantee you with the way this paint is on here, it will be a very durable design. Now when you're dealing with a bottle, it may not be quite as important as it is if you're dealing with a drinking glass of some sort. I mean, I get that, because you're going to be, the drinking glass, you're going to be washing it more, it's going to be handled more, that type of thing. So that is a factor to consider. But you still want it to be whatever you're, if you're selling, or if you're just having this sitting on a shelf, or putting lights in it and having it as a night light. I mean, you still want it to be around, right? You still want it to be durable. I can imagine. Okay, and then come up here and just do a few little buds. And I am just going to do these a little bit nicer. Again, these are just little buds that will pull up greenery around. Like that. Like I said, very simple. And just keep in mind too, if you're new to my channel, the point of my channel is to give you easy designs to paint, especially if you are someone that is just wanting to learn how to paint. And I am going to throw some yellow into these, and I might even touch a little green into them. So I did them on my paper. So that's the thing, is I did this design easily on my paper, and then I could not get it to work on the glass. I was so frustrated, but that's nothing new, I guess. Comes with the territory. And I just keep wiping my brush off to get a nicer tip here. And I'll go put a little more green in here. A little more yellow maybe. And you don't have to work these as much as I am. I'm just trying to, there again, little buds, and we'll be going over them here in a minute. Now for the, and I forgot to put more paint on here, for the freckles, as you know that the tiger lilies have freckles, and I am going to use the little #1 brush, put it into my berry wine. And I've not done this before with this brush, so please bear with me. But I'm acting like these two petals, they're going to be covering up the other petals, but this is like a center petal that I can see, so I'm going to go ahead and just put some freckling on it. Same thing with this one here. And I'm just touching it. I put it into the berry wine, and I'm just touching it. And then, you know, just going on. Doesn't have to be real prevalent, or it can be. Up to you. And then I'm going to come over here to my big guy, and I'm trying not to put too much paint on because I don't want it to be too thick, but I'm just going to put in some freckles, and I'm just lightly touching, and I'm just going to go like this. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to get too crazy with the freckles, or you can make them real prevalent. Up to you. I'm so much happier with this design though, I'll tell you. I was so frustrated the other day trying to do this. I don't know how many times I washed the paint off, even tried to do it on a rock. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's not working. And I'll be honest with you, I've painted this design on glass. I mean, a lot. But again, it happens to the best of us, right? So don't feel bad. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is put, oh, stop, thank you. I'm going to put the little, I guess stamens, but I'm not sure what exactly to call these, in the center here. Love this brush for that purpose. I'm going to do 6. Then I'm going to come into the berry wine and I'm going to do my little ends here like that. Another one there. Another one here. Here. And here. And I'm just going to kind of wipe it off a little bit because I didn't put this in. I like to put another little line underneath that. If you want, you can add them into the center of your little buds, but I'm not going to do that. And then I'm just turning my brush over, putting it into the moon yellow, and I'm going to just come in here and put some basic little dots right there. Just kind of gives it a little bit more interest. Then I'm going to use this brush now. Again, I'm new to using this brush to do my leaves, so bear with me. I really didn't have too hard of a problem doing my leaves on the glass, but it was mainly the petals of the flowers. Whoops. Now I'm just going to come here and do that and just pushing down a little bit. These are really soft brushes, that's why they're good for glass. I'm just not sure how neat of a line I can get with it. Because the thing of it is if you are going, I'm going to go ahead and put a line like this down it. And then I'm going to come up here, just kind of draw my little line there. And then I'm going to do basically the same here. I'm going to draw a little line here, put them in, and put them in like that. Let's see here. And then from the, let me turn it around here. Let's go up this way. Again, I'm just trying to do this. I'm not sure how good it's going to be with this brush, but I think I like it. Like that. Come up here and do it again. Do it again. It's more of a, what I want to say, more of a loose type of painting with this brush. You can even do like some little pulls in the center like that, just to kind of tie them together. They don't have to be perfect. Nothing I do really is. And then I'm going to see how I can make my little leaves here. Alright, so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to come down, come like that. And then I'm going to come back over and do the same thing. Let's see, let's start like this. I kind of want it to have constant flow. Good. I think I do like it. Just put a simple little pull into it, a little stem. Doesn't have to be crazy by any means. And you can come back down it just to kind of make sure that it just blends together. Don't necessarily need to see where it started. going to do another leaf here. Again, I'm just coming back over it. Look. Just look how easy. Come back over it with this. And then I'm going to do a little pull right in there. Very pretty. Very simple, very pretty. And we don't have to do a whole lot of leaves in this because it's not a lot of space. There's not a lot of space. It's pretty simple. Like that. If you want it to be a little bit more prominent, you can add some more paint to your brush. Do it like that and do a little pull. Simple little pull. Hopefully I'm on the screen. And then I'm going to come in here. So I say sometimes you're going to have to adjust your design based upon the space you have, even if you've done this design. Like I always do mine on paper, and the spaces are not the same, so I always have to adjust my design, which is fine. I think I am happy with how these brushes handled this design. I really am. We're almost done, folks. I appreciate you sticking with me on this. I hope that you enjoyed this design. If you have any questions, please put those down below in the comments section. You'll see that underneath my video. Very nice, very nice. All right, I hope you like this video. If you do, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I post something new. Once you're done watching the video, if you would please take some time to share this video on your social network with all your family and friends. That would be greatly appreciated as well. All right, well, thanks again, and stay safe and healthy until the next time. You have a good one.